This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
Joining us last week, and I know you were, you need to be listening to my true confession. I have been a mistress, however,
why you just corny it up when you come with the butt? Corny it up when you come with the butt. I've been a mistress, and keep going.
I've been a mistress.
Don't try to qualify.
I am going to qualify. Why would I not? I have to. This was 9 years ago. Anyway, so I met a man. And I thought he was a good person because he was a friend of somebody I worked with. He's like, yeah, that's a good dude, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we're going out, blah, 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 fall in love. I hadn't been even in a sexual relationship in years, however. We got there. Anyway, so he decides to tell me afterwards that he's married.
He rolled off you and was like, you know, I'm married?
Yeah, there you go. Pretty much just like that. It worked just like that. Maybe like the next day. Did I tell you? I meant to tell you, wanted to tell you that I am married. So at that particular point, I had a choice. The choice was either stay with him or not. Man, I did stay with him. And I stayed with him.
How long? I want to know how long.
Come on now. I stayed with him for, meaning he left his wife. But he went against all the grain. We have all those scenarios. They say he would never leave his wife. He would never do this. But he ended up leaving his wife. We got a house together, got engaged. And then we moved.
And you single on Saturday night now?
I'm single because he moved in and then he left me for her again.
You know what I realized? And you know why? If a man leaves you for another woman, he will leave you for another woman.
No.
Like, you know, so you have to think about that. Yeah.
It's the same way somebody else would
But he did file for divorce while we're together, but she would never sign the papers. She wouldn't.
How long were you together?
A while.
How long is a while? This is Danielle Patterson, Esquire, talking now. How long were you together?
A year.
Okay, because the reason I want to know that is because when you start talking about she would never sign the papers, this is Pennsylvania. This is no fault the divorce state. It didn't matter whether or not she wanted to sign the papers. That was some line that he was giving you as to why he wouldn't let her go.
No, I saw the letter that came from everything.
No. That's a letter. When you want those papers signed, what I tell my clients is you take it over there and get it signed. You make an arrangement to go get it signed. At the 2 attempts she doesn't sign, you go to court. In 30 days you are divorced. Yep. If you in 30 days after, because all you had to do is the affidavit of non-compliance, meaning that she refuses to comply and sign the papers. So I'm just sorry. I need everybody out there in TV land to know that's the line the men give you to keep you strung and on to think that they doing what they need to do.
She don't want to sign the papers.
It does not want to be.
Could you repeat the part about the affidavit so that the audience know?
It is an affidavit of non-compliance. And in fact, if it's a situation, and it's not when you living in a household somewhere else, you can have moved into another bedroom, living in the same house. If it's been more than 723 days, you are entitled to a divorce in the state of Pennsylvania, no fault. And if you really got issues, you can do what we call bifurcate, meaning I can divorce you and we work out the money and the kids later, but I'm single. And so, but what happens is people don't do that, and they tell me all the time, oh, but well, no, because that's because there's that piece of him that really don't want to let it go, or there's that piece of her. Talking about, if you're a woman and you're in the same situation, I mean, I had a friend that was, separated forever, had a whole nother man living with her, and felt like, but I know I can always have my husband back as long as I don't sign those papers. Right. I mean, I can have a whole nother man living in a house that he paid for. As long as I don't sign those papers, I'm going to leave it so that I could get back in if I needed to at some other time. But you know what? We've been talking about this wife versus the mistress thing, and apparently some people seem to think that we got it wrong. So we started talking about the true confessions, and I'm going to give you a real true confession. We're going to throw it out over here to my left, because we got 20 years worth of a confession to tell.
Hi everyone, I'm Doris Williams, and I've been a mistress for 22 years.
Note she said been, that means currently still
Currently
is.
still for 22 years. Same person. It's not, I don't talk about the wife. We don't giggle about her in bed. He don't tell me the story, because when it started, I had to explain to him, I don't want to hear the married man's lie. Because that's what it is. We're in this is an arrangement, okay? I have 2 kids, all right? I don't want another husband. Had that, left my father's house, went into my husband's house. Felt like this, no. I was one of those women that got caught between 2 generations, okay? The one generation, that's my mother, she's saying, oh, well, you need to learn how to cook and clean and have babies and be subservient to this man. Okay, I did that. But the other generation that I came up in said, this is free love, okay? Get as educated as you possibly can, because I'm not uneducated, people. I have a degree in engineering. So don't think she's a dummy. She's not, okay? I need you to understand, we don't want your place as the wife. We don't lack self-esteem, okay? The other thing that you need to know is that men don't look for mistresses. Generally, they don't. They look for a jump off. This particular man, he wanted another wife, and that's what I am.
Wow.
He takes care of me. He takes care of me the same way he takes care of her. He doesn't, there's no difference. There's no, the obligation part, no. Sometimes he's more obligated to me, and sometimes he's more obligated to her, based on the need.
And does she know?
Yes, she knows.
That's
Well, I will say,
Can I say something?
I'm just going to fall on about how you know, because it's very interesting, because, you know, obviously I've known Doris a very long time. So I have a barbecue. Y'all know that mystery man that I couldn't figure out who he was, that I was hooked up with? One of them.
The white t-shirt guy.
Yeah, one of them, because, you know, apparently I had some situations going on. But the point is,
The white
when
t-shirt?
you ask whether or not the wife knows, that was the wife's son
Right.
that came to the mistress's girlfriend's party.
Right.
So clearly, somebody knew what was going on here, because I don't know how he showed up. I haven't seen him since he was 12.
But see, to me, that sounds more like that married and dating type thing, not the lying and cheating.
Because she knows, because it's already clear.
Okay, she stays in her place, and I stay in my place. There's no mixing of the two. We did have a debacle here recently, because there are some pros and cons. His brother married my cousin, thus kind of throwing her in my family mix.
Right.
But hey,
y'all stuck.
we straightened it out, and I let him know. She is welcome to go to your brother's house, and that's as far as it goes. Okay, because that is her in-law, but she's not allowed to go to my family's home. Okay, see, we have rules.
Right.
There's not this thing that everybody thinks that I'm trying to jump in here. Oh, she's a nasty who. No, she's not. You see me every day, don't you? Do I look like I'm somebody's mistress? No. Okay, I'm an ordinary person. I've raised 3 children. Okay, my oldest daughter, her son calls him Papa in public. Do you understand? So this is not something that was made up. Okay, this was the arrangement suited us both.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what my girlfriend told me, and this is very true. I make it possible for him to fulfill his commitment to her.
Right.
Wow.
That's just like the friend I was speaking of. They have an arrangement.
Okay, but this is the next situation, but there's other situations. Then somebody else have a true confession, and we got to make it quick. When we come back, we're going to come to your true confession because, you know, are you ready? All right. True Confessions when we come back. Single on a Saturday night right here at Key Grade Steak and Seafood Restaurant. Thank you, DJ Romy Rome 88.1 every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And, of course, Q's Hair Boutique and Carol's Faces. So when we come back, we will have more True Confessions. And, of course, an exclusive with Reese Stacks, who wrote the song The Wife versus the Mistress. And she says that's based on a true story. I'm the wife. Right. All right.
Good song, too. I heard it.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shelly Shell, right here at Foreman Mills, representing Single on a Saturday Night. And you know, everybody is single on a Saturday night is always fine and fashionable, but everybody comes in different shape sizes. And you know what, Tiffany's a little petite thing, and Carol's a little taller. However, I'm representing for the plus size woman, and it's harder to find little fashions for us. So I have someone here who's going to give you some fashion tips. You know, she already helped me pick out this great outfit right here at Foreman Mills. I have here today Miss Madam Q, who is the fashion stylist and fashion reporter for the Trudy Haynes TV show on Bounce TV. What time do you come on?
Well, Shelly, we come on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on the Bounce TV network, WMCN, on Comcast station 262.
Well, you put a great look on for me today. I want to know what else can you do to accentuate this outfit?
Yes, we can. Actually, we can use a belt to cinch your waist. And a belt you can use with most outfits. You can use it with dresses, sweaters, blouses, whatever you choose. Wherever you would like to bring more attention to, that's where you place your belt. It looks really pretty. The belt is a great accessory. Again, you can wear it with whatever top you like. Now we have this top right here. It's not too much of a pattern. Everyone loves cheetah print, no matter what size woman you are.
Wait a minute, I heard that plus size women shouldn't wear cheetah print.
I don't know
any type of print at all.
I don't know who told her that, but depending on how much of a pattern you have, you know, if it's simple, if it's too gaudy, but this right here is pretty simple. If you're wearing a fitted bottom, you can accentuate it with a flouncy top, a flare top.
All right, so we found some great fashions here for the plus size woman. What do you think about your shopping experience right here at Foreman Mills?
Foreman Mills, I've shopped here before, but really going through and looking at the details, especially for the plus size woman, and I'm one of them, I'm just taller. They're really great pieces, really great garments. You can create an awesome wardrobe in Foreman Mills.
All right, we're going to go check out Melisha. She's getting ready right now, so check out Melisha right here on Single on a Saturday Night, right here at Foreman Mills.
Hi, Madam Q.
Hello.
I'm here today at Foreman Mills, and I have this lovely dress.
Very pretty.
But today, I'm looking for something to cover me up because I'm kind of uncomfortable with my arms being out. I don't really like it. So I was looking at these cover-ups, and I was wondering which one you think would be better to go with this, and also go with these shoes that I picked out.
Okay. Depending on how formal the event is, a shrug would definitely be perfect.
Okay.
If it's an event where you want to be fashionable, I would choose either of these. You can wear these with jeans, you can dress them up or down, and they would go perfect with your dress. And like you said, you wanted to cover up your arm area, so this would be a great way to go.
Okay.
And also, they would look great with your shoes. Your shoes are neutral, and with your jackets, you have a pop of color.
Okay. I like both of those. I think maybe I'll try the pink one.
All right, this is look really pretty.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for another week of the Foreman Mills Fashion Remix. Join us each week as we get all made up. I want to ask Melisha, how do you feel about your Madam Q makeover right here at Foreman Mills?
I love it. This outfit is all in, and I look sexy, and I'm gonna be ready for Saturday.
We are always ready. We are fashionably. Thank you so much,
You're very
Madam Q. You have made us so fashionably good. We are so ready. That's right. No matter what size you are, you can find something right here at Foreman Mills. We will see you next week, and keep fashionably looking good.
Turn around again, ladies, when we bleed. Turn around again, ladies, when we bleed. Turn around, ladies, when we bleed. Turn around again, ladies, when we bleed.
Welcome back, and you enjoyed the break, but now you want to hear some more true confessions, because you know what? The wife versus the mistress is a controversial topic, but you know what? There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of mistress. There's a lot of things going on, but I want to talk to
and there are a lot of manstresses. Don't get them.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure out the man term, the manstresses. So, and we wanted the mistress, manstress, but we want to hear another true confession. The young lady right here has the mic. Are we putting the blackface over you, or this is real?
No.
Okay.
I mean, everybody knows. People who know me know my story. What about if you had a child with the man? It was my high school sweetheart. I was his first. We had a child together, he was in the military, and some men are just messy. They live double lives because that's what he was doing. He had me. He was engaged to me, and then he had another girl in a whole different state that he was with. He came to me and said, blah blah blah. In other words, if you don't want to get married, don't marry somebody else. So that's what he did. But since I had a child with this man, I continued to see him while he was married to this other woman, and he also had a child with her. But he would also always tell me, well, I never wanted to marry her. Only married her because you wouldn't marry me.
You got to hold the mic still, baby.
Oh, I'm
I know,
sorry.
I know.
Only married her because you wouldn't marry me, and blah, blah, blah. And this went on for at least 8 years. So it's the men. I mean, I felt like he was mine first. I did have a child with him. He went and married her. And he made it clear he used to come and stay with me most weekends. He paid all the bills. He took care of the baby. But
it looks like a win-win situation.
No, it wasn't until I decided that I don't want to be in this situation. Like, this is not what I want.
So
for whatever reason, you married her and not me, so you need to go and be with her. And I ended it. But if I wouldn't have ended it, I guess it just would have still been going on.
So basically, as long as you gave him the opportunity, he was going to continue in the situation.
Because he kept saying they were separated, he was divorcing her, he didn't love her. You know the lies men tell. It's a lot of messy men. I'm not a man hater, I'm not bitter, but it's a lot of men that's just messy.
They're messy, however, there's the woman who makes that decision.
Right.
I made the decision and said, yeah, I'm going to still do it. So Melissa
made the decision.
We make that decision based off of our emotions and what we're going through, not to blame us, and I'm not blaming
Well, we
me at
just
all.
like it.
I
It's
actually,
just
matter of fact,
fun.
ran into the lady and thought that she was my friend. I was like, what's up? That's your daughter. And I realized, oh, snap, you were the other woman.
Wow. Yeah.
I said, oh, I'm sorry, I just knew your daughter from somewhere else. But I realized I knew her daughter because he had brought the daughter around. But I would love to apologize. I apologize to you right now, sis, for real. No disrespect, wouldn't do it again. Anyway, we have Restacks here, and you wrote the song, The Wife versus the Mistress. You said, based on a true story. Now, when the song comes on, you got the phone call, you're calling the husband, and the wife calls you back, and she says, yo, this is wife B. So now, at that point, you get a little offensive. So how did this story come about with you, this being a true story?
Well, the reason why I say it's a true story is because most times when you're dealing with a guy, you don't know he's married because he don't wear no wedding ring. He's always around you all the time. So, and then you go to his house and you're thinking, oh, okay, he's the only person that stays here. You see what I'm saying? So in the beginning of the video, when she calls, he didn't answer the phone, so she throws the phone, and then she get the call back, but she's thinking that it's the husband, but it's the wife. And she like, wife? Like, what the... You know what I mean? So she's getting smart. She called her a B. You know how we women are. You call us a B, and then it's going to go on from there. So she's like, since you attacking me, now I'm going to attack you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the situation was. But with me, personally, I was with a guy for like 6 years, and he didn't wear no wedding ring or any of that. And I decided to stop dealing with him because I just got tired of his nonsense. You see what I'm saying? The things he used to say, how he used to act, so I just stopped dealing with him. The reason why I found out I was a mistress because it was off a social network. He had a son that I didn't know nothing about that died. He was raising the girl's child that she already had. I found out all of this off of Facebook. Wow. And I brought it to his attention because he was just talking to me like I didn't know. And so I just brought it up like, oh yeah, how's your wife? And it was nothing that he could say. So when I finally got on the phone with him, I aired him out because I don't want that. You know, it's some people that want that.
So you made the choice not to be with somebody who was married?
No.
Well, that's a good choice. You know, I commend you on that. Is there any, I think there was a question or somebody's hand raised in the audience. You pass the mic back.
True confession. I was involved in a relationship from 2002 to 2006. We were together at first. He cheated on, I was in a relationship 2001, 2002. We were together at first. He cheated on me, had a baby, and I still wanted to be with him. So we decided to, even though he was over there with his child's mother, to continue on the relationship. He got married in the process of that relationship. I still continue to be with that man, and I had the time of my life. I had so much fun. I went to trips to AC and trips to, I've seen half of the United States from Kansas on back, and I had a lovely time. That ended in 2006. I I became a wife last year. So now I know all the tricks of the trade because I was doing it. You know, so now it's flipped. I know what to look for and know what to look out for, know to check the phones, emails, Facebook, and things like that. To not have that situation happen again.
How you gonna not have that? You can't keep from that. You know what?
You may have it, but I know what to look for now versus back then. Like, I'm not blinded to it. Like, I know it can happen, so I can try to safeguard myself from it. And also to, like, mistresses aren't, you know, dumb and sneaky or whatever, because we fully aware of what we're doing.
They are sneaky.
But what happens?
It's a sneaking thing.
But what happens? I see your hand, Tasty. But we're going over Stephanie first. But what happens? We keep talking about this, and it becomes all about the women who have chosen to engage in these relationships with the men. Why are we not putting the blame, the issue back on the men? Just like when I see two women arguing in the street about a man, I'm like, why y'all arguing with each other? Y'all need to be arguing with the man, because you don't have a relationship with that other woman. You only have a relationship with that man. The wife has a relationship with the man. The mistress has a relationship with the man. Why does it become what she did? Clearly something wasn't working.
Because we are weak, we're selfish, and we're insecure.
Yeah, I'm not talking, we know all that.
Is that an excuse?
We're weak and selfish when it comes to that.
David, I understand that men are weak and selfish. My question is, as the women, one, I guess, why aren't we stronger? But number two, why are we so quick to attack one another? See, the men would have to step up. That's the women didn't do everything that we were doing.
One of the worst things somebody told me was, it was 12 women every man. Then I start thinking, well, I want the one for the guy who's gay. I want for the guy who just got locked up. I want his 12. You start getting greedy. And you saying all these women out here that it's so much that a woman has to go through just to maintain who she is as a woman. As a man, we feel as though with the numbers in our favor, I ain't really got to keep myself up. I ain't got to exercise to the same degree. Somebody's going to want me. And it's a thing that where women feel as though if I don't do certain things, that I'm going to fall victim of other competition. As men, we don't have that fear of being alone, dying alone. We feel as though somebody out here is going to want me, whether my belly is sitting here or my hairline is back here, somebody's going to want me.
And that's the truth. But we have to wonder why women, I still wonder why women, I want to go around and why the women let the man off scot-free. They always do. You let them, what you mean you shouldn't? You let them off scot-free, you might get back with them, you might slip back with them, yet you mad at the woman. You're mad at the other woman, but
respect?
she has no allegiance to you, however.
Women that do know.
Microphone.
You don't have a microphone. But
Can I say something? We're going to a break.
We're going to go to a break and come back. When we come back, we're going to hear from the audience. It's a single on a Saturday night. We're going to be right back. Come right back. Come right back.
Yo, what's up? This is Reverend Carvin Higgins coming at you again from Southern Baptist Church, and I just want to give you a word of truth. The truth is we cannot be lazy. The Word of God tells us that if you don't work, you don't eat. So we have to get out and get focused, know what it is we want to do in life, and stay on the path, because if you stay on the path, then you'll begin to eat and live the way these rappers that you see in the videos, you can eat like that, or maybe somewhat in between. But the reality of it is that we got to stay focused. The Word of God tells us that lazy hands make a poor man. So if your hands are lazy, then that means you're poor. Get up off of the couch, get rich in your spirit, get rich in your physical, and go out and do something. All right? Easy.
Welcome back. Single on a Saturday night right here at Kia Gray Steak and Seafood Restaurant. We're going to get right to it. We're going to go to the audience right now.
The issue was later on when I found out the stuff on the social network, she called my phone asking about him or whatever, and I hung the phone up because I feel like if you found something and he's not telling you the truth, then it's nothing that I can tell you. You need to talk to him. You need to talk to him. And like I said at the end of the video, we have women have to stop letting these guys get away with murder. They're not worth fighting over, because you'll be sitting in jail somewhere and he'll still be doing the same thing that he was doing when he was with you and with whoever else.
You're right, because the guy that left me for his wife, he was actually cheating on someone else. He was cheating on me with someone else. She called me wondering where he was, and I said, well, he left me for his wife. And she said, Oh, I said, oh, you were seeing him too? I didn't hang up on her. She was so hurt. She was so sad. I decided to counsel her. I don't know how, but I did. I counseled her. No, she is my friend to the day. He actually left his wife and went to her. So anyway, so they're together. I counseled her. I talked to her. I felt like, wow,
you're gets around, Jay.
Yeah, he did. He was a nasty pig. Ooh.
And we're taking that out to Tasty. You had something to say.
Go ahead.
I have no clue how to even follow that. God, I don't even know where to begin. Stephanie kind of touched on all of what I was going to say. It's about an individual choice that one makes, and if you're going to choose to be in that situation, you have to stay in your lane. Again, as you were saying, so my sister here, you have insecurities on a whole nother level, only because you were that woman that was on the other side. Now that you are married, you're taking what you did that was foul in your life previous to being married, you're going to screw up your marriage, because now you're going to be sitting there looking for everything when you don't have a need to. What they say, what happens in the dark comes in the light. When you sit down at home and cut your lights out with a glass of wine, everything you need to know about your husband is going to come to you. God is going to show you what it is that you need to know. Stop looking for stuff. You're about to mess that up.
That's right. Look for it, you will find it.
I'm sorry to put you out there on blast like that, but and this is from a woman that's never been married, but I understand the sanctity of marriage. Okay? I also understand being that woman on the side, being lied to, and being put in a situation of being a mistress, not knowing that I was a mistress. I haven't heard the song yet up here, but I'm quite sure I probably has my same story. My name is probably on the bottom. Tasty was here. T-shirt, panties, and everything else to go with it. But it's just, if you're going to choose to be in any type of situation, know what your lane is. You can't say 5 years later, oh, now I want to be the wife. No, there's no way that you could possibly want to be that wife when you went into a situation knowing you wanted nothing from the start. So you cannot change and say, now I want to be a wife. No, you have to take yourself out of that situation, make yourself wifeable to become someone's wife, not the man that you're being the mistress for.
Ooh. Now we have Mom.
Hi, I'm speaking on behalf of the wife because Michelle mentioned she had a brother, and who gets hurt in all this is the children, because my decision was not to stay with her father. And he was the type where Sunday morning he would walk in church, fall on his knees and crying, and that's how I always knew when he had a mistress. I would just look at my niece still teases me. She falls on her knees and it's like, okay. Now, the thing is, I had 3 little girls, so I'm thinking if I keep putting up with this stuff, my girls are going to grow up and put up with whatever their man puts them through. So I made the decision to leave. But here, there's a little boy that's born, and this little boy has never even seen his father. Because when I left, this man is so hateful and so mean, he just denounced that was his child, knowing that was his child. So here he has a mistress out here who always wanted to be who I was, be in my house, and we still have a relationship. She still calls me when she has issues because it's not her fault, it's the man's fault. So I decided, no, I'm not staying with this man because he's putting me through stuff out of his guilt, and I'm plotting and planning like I'm getting out of this. One of us is not going to be alive when we leave, but I'm getting out of this. But God had his hand there. Thank God I had a good father, because it all boils down to a lot of little girls grow up without the love of their father. So they're looking for that love. They're looking for something that they can't have because they never had the love of their father. Now this young boy, I eventually, through the love of his sisters who kept him in our life, I did eventually adopt him, and he is a part of our home. He is my son. But this is a child that was born and raised without the love of his mother because she couldn't have the father, and then the boy who never ever even seen his father, because of this, and that's who it affects the children.
It does,
and not to mention the other children.
Not to mention the fact that this is on the medical statistics. The average person with AIDS are females from the age 30 to 50 because their husbands are out there contracting AIDS and bringing it home.
You know what? It is a serious situation. We're going to go to a break and come back. It does affect the children. We have to think before we do everything. So let's go back. When we come back, we're going to hear some more true confessions. This is Single on a Saturday Night. Thank you to everyone who makes the show happen. Let's go to a break. Thank you to everyone who helps make the show happen. Romy Rome DJ, Romy Rome 88.1 every Tuesday, 9 to 1. And of course, Q's Hair Boutique and everyone else. We're going to get right. This is the end of the show. But you had a comment, Carol?
I think one thing we really failed to even talk about is respect. Respect from one woman to another woman. Of course, I'm not trying to let the men slide, but what about the respect that I've been in the other position as well. I was dating a guy, so in love with him. I found out he had a girlfriend. Her and I are best friends to this day. Why can't I, as a woman, just respect the other woman enough to not want to deal with her man?
Exactly.
Yeah. We can say exactly all
really
day.
Care
We
all
can
about
say,
you.
yeah,
Like,
we can.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I don't care nothing about you. I don't know you. I care about karma. I care about what's right, and more importantly, I care about what's gonna come back to me, because I do believe what I put out there comes back tenfold. But I mean, so from the perspective of one woman to another, I really can't get behind you on that one. You seem like a nice woman. I could care less about you. Because if it come down, and that's the man that I want, and that's the man that I'm seeing,
You can't respect the other woman?
No, wait. I respect.
No, because it goes back to it goes back to the statement that I made previous. It's not about respect anymore. It's about me as the individual coming after your man, because I don't want anything else. I'm in a place at that point in my life that all I want is to be the side joint.
But why do you want somebody else's man?
You know, like she was saying earlier, it's about the time frame. And like, okay, if my time frame is only from 10 at night to 12 in the morning, then I'm cool with that. I don't have to worry about from 12A all the way up to 9P, because my time is not till 10.
But wait a minute, it wasn't about respect. What it is, I respected the woman. I mean, like I said, I have remorse today. However, at the time, I wasn't thinking about her. I was thinking about how I felt.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's not that I didn't respect. I felt like, dang, I fell for him. I wanted him. And then afterwards, now I say sorry. But it's not that I won't respect another woman. But
because
you
know what it is? You grew up and you've grown into the word of respect and wanting to be respectable. Now your thought process has changed, and you wouldn't put yourself in that situation knowingly again. But when we're younger, we do things that you're like,
that's not even it. I wasn't young and dumb. I would have never put myself in that situation. That just happened to be somebody who just really tricked the hell out of me, for real. I was a person who preached to. Matter of fact, when I told my best friend what happened, she said, ha, 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 because I always just preached to her. Don't you do it, don't you do it. I wasn't that person. That dude just had some type of thing. He had some type he put some type of game on me where it was like,
but Shelly, you still have to be accountable for you, because no matter what that game was, you stayed.
That was not my mentality.
But it goes back to what I was saying.
That was not my mentality.
No,
once you did it, Shelly, it became your mentality.
If you wanted something, you would not have done that.
It may not have been who you believed yourself to be. It may not have been the values that you believed you had, but your actions, when you chose to stay, you adopted all those characteristics and traits that you believe was not Shelly. I'm saying
you can't come out.
That's true.
Exactly. You cannot say that I want to be married, but you're going to sit to that point where, you know what, I want to be married. This man tricked me into believing that this is where I wanted to be. But when you found out what happened, you still stayed. You didn't want to be married.
And it's not always
that side joint.
No. I wanted him to be.
If you did not want to do that, you would have made that decision and
we
left
got a house together. He bought me a ring. I was going out. My goal was
and honestly, what did you really think was going to come from him? Like she just said, it goes back full circle. What did you really think?
It wasn't just he married. Your goal was he married to him. You chose that man knowing that he was a liar. You chose that man knowing he was a cheater. You chose that man knowing that he would.
We all did it.
And it speaks to your mentality at that point in time, at that exact moment.
Just
all
let
you
me
saw was this.
Right.
I want to be married. This is it. That's my focal point. I'm going for it.
Right. Can I just get this in real quick? Let me get this in real quick. A person can only do to you what you allow them to do to you. Now, when I was talking to you yesterday, Shelly, I said I do have someone that I like, but he is engaged. I respect that other female. You understand? So I do respect the wife, because one day I do want to be someone's wife. So I don't want to be thinking the way you're thinking now. Like, well, I was the mistress. You understand? So let me now I got to watch my back, because I know what I did to someone else's husband. You understand? I know what I did to the other female. I don't want to have that guilt on me. I want to go into a marriage saying, wow, female. I respected that other married female, and I would want someone to do the same for me. So I respect the other female.
Sometimes it's not about disrespect.
I'm not going to say that I don't care about your feelings or give two craps about you. No, I've met men.
Forgives you, man. God forgives me. I've got to my knees bent. Oh, I'm down. I'm forgiven.
And then that's all you have to worry about. Right? They don't have to.
Hold up.
And it's up to God. Right. And can't nobody judge you but God. But
the mics don't pick up everybody talking at once, so I'm just going to ask that we bring a little bit of order, because I don't know what Michelle Renee is saying or Shelly is saying, but actually Melisha wanted to speak up.
I was just going to say, it's not always about disrespecting the woman. Sometimes when you're in the situation, you don't feel like you feel like it's his job to respect her. So if he came to you, I don't know, it's like maybe you shouldn't believe it, but he's telling you like he's unhappy in these situations, and not always you don't always like go into it wanting to do that. Sometimes like certain things just happen. Like in my situation, like this person like wooed me. Like he was nice, like he brought me stuff, like he did things, and I over and over again I'm like, I don't want to deal with you. You got a woman, but he just kept like showing me this like nice, wonderful side of him till eventually it's like you fall into it.
They go
and you know what?
We gotta wrap it up. They go above and beyond
for you to make you feel like you're special.
That we want to forgive everybody and understand we're going to keep on. We gotta go. Thank you for joining us. Single on a Saturday night. We will be back. I don't know if we're going to continue this conversation. It's really getting heated. We might be both bapping in here.
You know what? I think that might needs to be happening.
Thank you everybody who helps make the show together. All right, let's go. Bye.